Okay, right, today we are back with yet another tier list here. Today we're going to be ranking every single Dead by Daylight killer based on which are super annoying to play against and which are not annoying at all. Should be fun. Alright, first things first, we got Trapper. Now, Trapper really isn't an annoying killer to face at all. Probably the most annoying a Trapper can be is if he's running basement Trapper builds or running double iridescent add-ons, which is usually not always the case. So I'm gonna put this guy up there in average. Next up we got Wraith. To be honest, I haven't really found Wraith annoying to go against at all. So I'm just gonna put this guy up there, not annoying at all. Next up we got Billy. Same as Wraith, to be honest. No one's gonna hate going against the Billy. He's just all around fun. So I'm gonna put this guy next to Wraith as not annoying at all. Next up we got Nurse. Next up we got Myers. Now, some people hate going against Myers, some people love going against Myers, some people just have mixed thoughts about this guy. For me, personally, I don't hate going against the Myers. The only times I would hate it if he's running double iridescent, then okay, it's gonna be annoying. But other than that, I don't hate him at all. So I'm gonna put this guy up there in average. Next up, we got the Hag. Now, realistically here, I don't really care going against the Hag. She's not an annoying killer, to be honest. The only times where she can be an annoying killer, if she has an add-on which she can place her traps at the pallet and you won't be able to go through them. That's the only annoying bit, but other than that, it's not really too bad. So I want to put the Hag as not annoying at all. Next up, we got Doctor. Now, realistically here, Doctor can be very annoying here if he's running a full-on impossible skill checks build. That is gonna be very annoying to go against. But other than that, realistically, he's not annoying he's not annoying at all. But overall, I think he's very average. Next up, we got the Huntress. Now, realistically, if she's using Iridescent Head, you're gonna be very annoyed. If not, realistically, Huntress is not a killer to get super annoyed at. So, I wanna put her up there in average. Next up, we got Bubs. Realistically here, Bubba is really an annoying killer to play against. It just really depends on his build and his add-ons he's using. But in general, I would say he's very much a 50-50 between average and super annoying to play against. But in my opinion, this guy deserves a spot in average tier. Next up, we got Freddy. To be honest, I haven't even seen a Freddy in years, I think. I don't know when was the last time I've gone against this guy. Realistically, Freddy, he can be an annoying killer if he's using fake pallets. That is very annoying. But other than that, I don't really see how else he can be annoying unless he just spams blood pools everywhere. It's really just an average killer, I guess you would say. Next up, we got the Pig. Realistically, I love going against the Pig, especially if she lets you boop the snoot. Even better, that just really makes my day. So I'm gonna put her as not annoying at all. I think a lot of you guys will probably agree with me as well on that one. Next up, we got the Clown. Now, realistically here, a Clown can be very annoying, especially if he throws like 50 million bottles at you, which basically makes it impossible for you to see anything. That is going to be very annoying. So realistically, this thing all comes down to personal preference. I know most people will put him as super annoying to play against, or even some will put him as average. For me, I think average tier is where this guy is going to go. Next up, we got Spirit. Now, Spirit, I know everyone will probably put her up there as super annoying to play against. Realistically, for me, I don't hate going against her that much. I really don't care about it. But I know everyone seems to hate going against a good Spirit, which fair enough, a good Spirit is very hard to go against, very hard to beat. So with all that said, I guess I'll put her up there as super annoying to play against. Next up, we got the Legion. Now realistically here, I hate going against the Legion so much. I absolutely hate this killer. This guy is just annoying in every single way. Honestly, I know most people put him as average, but I'm just gonna put him up there. Next up, we got the Plague. Now, I have mixed thoughts about the Plague. I know most people do. She can be fun to play against, but she can also be super annoying to play against, especially if she's ready to Phobia and everyone is injured. It's gonna be a hassle. But in general, I guess a lot of people just say that she's kind of annoying to go against. So I'm gonna put her up there as super annoying to play against. Next up, we got Ghostface. Now, realistically for me, I don't mind going against the Ghostface that much. Especially if it's a friendly Ghostface, you can just teabag together with him. It's gonna be very, very fun. So, realistically, I'm gonna put this guy up there in average tier. Next up, we got Demo. Honestly, I haven't really seen many demos nowadays, but when you do, you aren't gonna hate him. He's just an overall very fun killer to play against, not annoying at all. So that is where I am going to put him. Next up, we got Oni. Now, realistically, the Oni can be a super annoying killer to play against. It just depends on his add-ons and his build. But I would say overall, in general, he is very average. You're not gonna hate going against him. You're not gonna not hate going against him. It will just come down to personal preference. So I'm gonna put him up there as well in average tier. Next up, we got Deathslinger. Now, realistically, Deathslinger depends on his aim. If he has very good aim and he doesn't miss a single shot, you're going to hate going against him. If he misses a lot of shots, you're probably gonna like going against him. So it really just comes down to the Deathslinger himself. So because of that, I guess I will put him up there in average tier. Next up, we got Pyramid. Now, realistically, I haven't really seen Pyramids nowadays as well. He's very much just a killer that's been left in the dark. So overall though, the killer itself isn't really that annoying to go against. So definitely not super annoying to play against, not at all. So I'm gonna put this guy up there in average tier, I think, since he can be annoying in some areas. So that's where I think he belongs. Next up, we got Bleed. Now, realistically, sometimes I hate going against a good Bleed. Sometimes I like going against the Bleed. If it's a good Bleed, I hate going against them because he won't last 5 seconds in a chase. If it's a very much average or like a baby Bleed, you're gonna enjoy going against him. He's not too much. He's a fun killer to play against at the end of the day. So realistically, this does come down to a personal preference. So I'm gonna put him up there in average tier. Next up, we got the Twins. Now, realistically, I don't like going against this killer that much. The only thing I like about this killer is you can just kick Victor. That's mainly the one favorite thing I have about this killer. But overall, in general, she can be an annoying killer, but I don't think she can be super annoying. So I'm gonna put her up there in average tier as well. Next up, we got Trickster. Next up, we got Nemesis. Now, to be frankly honest here, I don't really mind going against the Nemesis too often. He can be annoying, but not that annoying in my opinion. So, realistically here, I'm not even gonna put this guy in average. I guess I put him as not annoying at all. Next up, we got Pinhead. Now, realistically, I know a lot of people hate going against the Pinhead. Like every single time his chains are just annoying, which I would agree, his chains are very annoying. But purely because of the voice lines, that's mainly the main reason why I don't mind going against him that much as other people. So I'm gonna put him up there in average tier. Next up, we got the Artist. Now, she can be one very annoying killer to play against realistically. It all depends on the Artist itself. If she uses her crows correctly, then she's super annoying to play against. If she doesn't know how to use her crows correctly, then it's a little bit average. But a lot of artists nowadays do know how to use her crows correctly. I know there's still some which don't. Realistically, she can be a very annoying killer to play against, so I'm gonna put her up there as super annoying to play against. Next up, we got the Onryo. Now, realistically, me personally, I don't find her that annoying to go against, The only annoying thing she has is that she just goes invisible for a short period of time and then it comes back visible and then comes back and goes invisible again, comes back. That's mainly the one annoying thing that she has, but overall I think her power not that bad at all. She's not that annoying compared to Nurse, but Nurse is the most annoying killer in the game in my opinion. So realistically for Onryo, I would put her as not annoying at all. Some people are gonna put her in average, but I'm gonna put her up there as not annoying at all. Next up, we got the Dredge. The only annoying thing about the Dredge that I find that I just hate it every time I'm going against them is Nightfall, where you cannot see a single thing. Everything is just pitch black, can't see anything. That's mainly the one thing that I get annoyed about him. But overall, the killer itself, like his power is okay. It can be very annoying to go against sometimes, especially if you're in a closed field map. I actually find those very much more annoying to go against them rather than an open one. So it does come down to a personal choice, but I think he's worthy of average tier. Next up, we got Wesker. A lot of people play Wesker nowadays. I quite enjoy going against him. I don't find him annoying at all. I think a lot of people are gonna agree with me on this one as well. I'm gonna put him up there as not annoying at all. Next up, we got the Knight. Next up, we got Skull Merchant. Next up, we got Singularity. I don't find Singularity that annoying, but recently I have gone against him against a very good Singularity as well in the swamp. He placed all of his pods very well. I realistically had all parts of the map covered basically. It was very annoying to play against him. You just, every single time he would just teleport to you and you would have no choice. You could, even if you try to take the pod off, he would just keep putting it against you immediately. So I'm gonna put him up there in average tier. Next up, we got Xenomorph. Now, realistically, I really don't mind going against the Xenomorph that much. I don't find her annoying at all. I actually find her very fun. I quite like the killer itself, so I'm gonna put her up there as not annoying at all. Next up, we got Chucky. Now, this guy can be incredibly annoying to go against, but it all depends on the killer itself. For me, I sometimes hate going against Chucky. I sometimes don't mind going against Chucky. If it's a baby Chucky, I'm gonna enjoy playing against him. I'm not gonna find him annoying at all. If it's a very good Chucky, it's gonna be annoying to play against. It just really comes down to a personal choice. In my opinion, I guess I'm gonna put this guy up there in average tier. Next up, we got the Unknown. I haven't gone against Unknowns that recently, so I haven't really seen this guy in a couple of months now. But whenever you go against an Unknown, it really depends on the map. It depends on the killer itself, how good he is with the killer. So it depends on a lot of things. But overall, in general, I do find him annoying to play against sometimes. Very annoying. But not that annoying to put him up there. Super annoying to play against. So I guess average tier is where this guy is going to go. Next up, we got Vecna, or I guess the Lich. Now, I don't mind going against Vecna that much, to be honest. I actually enjoy playing against him. He's not the worst killer to face. Overall, a lot of people do hate going against Vecna since he's saying that his powers are split into 3 different things, which can be very annoying, which, okay. And that way, I would agree with you. I guess I'll put him up there in average tier. Next up, we got Dracula. Now, for me personally, I don't find this killer that annoying to play against. He's mainly just an average killer in my books. He's not annoying at all, definitely not. So I'm not gonna put him up there, straight up in average tier. Last but not least, we got the Houndmaster, the newest killer that got released. Me personally, at first when she came out, I didn't know how to avoid her at all, so I hated going against her, not gonna lie. I absolutely hated this killer. Now I don't hate her at all. I actually find her okay to go against, not too bad. She can be very annoying, especially if she knows how to use the dog properly. He can be very annoying. So I guess overall in average tier, this is where she's going to go. Well, anyways, with that said, this is my tier list for which killers are super annoying to play against and which aren't. I know some of you are gonna disagree with my choices, some of you are gonna agree with them. It's always how a tier list goes, everyone has their own personal opinion, which is perfectly fine. But anyways, with that said, hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next one. Have a good night, guys.